The one thing that I find interesting right now is a lot of conventional wisdom is being thrown on its head. There's a recent article that came out that really showed counting calories is not effective.
Right.
And that it's all about quality of food way more than quantity. And these studies are now supporting that if you primarily put healthy foods on your plate, you will hopefully be closer to a healthy weight than if you start counting calories religiously. My concern is if this program is all about counting calories, and I don't know what it's going to be like, then you're setting up kids to fail.
Right. I think the first thing is teaching body acceptance. You know, there's so much judgment and so much stigma. So we need to actually teach body acceptance, teach healthy eating behaviors. A lot of that can be modeled through cooking with your family and teaching your kids in that way. And I actually think another really effective thing that has been found in research that we haven't utilized as much as appetite regulation. Really trust your biology. Eat when you're hungry, and know not to always respond to social cues.
But the problem with our biology is that with food manufacturers, and the recent study that came out showing overly produced foods, higher risks of cancer. We also know highly processed foods, there's a connection with weight gain. And they have fiddled with formulas to the point where I feel like it has affected our biology. Don't think for a minute all those diet products too with the fake sugars.
Oh goodness.
It all messes with your biology, which gets back to if we eat real food, your biological cues do work, which tell you I'm full, I don't need to eat anymore.
And I think to your point, just even emphasizing the education being on nutrition and portion control, like you said, as opposed
you're doing
to
something good for your
how
health,
many calories does it have. Exactly.
That's not attractive. It's like, you know, if you do better with your eating habits, it's better for your health.
And that gets back to implementation. So I will withhold judgment until I see how implementation takes place. For their part, Weight Watchers posted a statement on Twitter that reads in part, we've shared the future vision of Weight Watchers. As part of that, we announced we would open WW to teens for free. Opening WW to teens with consent from a parent guardian is about families getting healthier, not a diet. You can read the full statement on our website. One incidental comment that I will make is a lot of parents, they never grew up understanding nutrition. So you cannot fault parents in the current generation for not having a nutrition background. The one thing I will say is if you can get 13 to 17-year-olds to start to learn about nutrition, a lot of times kids end up being the teachers to parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of a cool thing if the kids are then coming home saying, hey, Mom, let's make this really cool meal. The kids are the future, and in many ways, they may be part of the solution. Time will tell.